Hi and welcome. My name is Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at the idea of the quick access toolbar within Microsoft Excel. We'll cover 4 individual points. First, we'll look at the definition of what the quick access toolbar is. Second, we'll look at how to use the quick access toolbar. Third, we'll look at how to customize the quick access toolbar. And then fourth and finally, we'll look at how to move the location of the quick access toolbar either to where it is by default above your Excel ribbon, or we can move it below your Excel ribbon. So if that's interesting to you, make sure to join us in this video. All right, if you want to follow along, go ahead and open up exercise file 02.03. You can find the link to this exercise file if you go to the description of this video, and then by clicking the link, it will bring you down to a Google Drive where you can download this file in that format. So let's get started. All right, so earlier in the course, we discussed the idea generally of how the Microsoft Excel application, the program of Microsoft Excel is organized, right? And the first thing that we touched on was the idea of the quick access toolbar. The quick access toolbar is here, and it generally has it will have as many icons as you wish to put on it, but you'll start with the little Excel icon here, and then when you open up Microsoft Excel 2013. If you haven't changed it, it would look something like this, where you have the save icon, you have what's called the undo icon, and then the redo icon. After however many icons you have, you'll have this little drop-down arrow. And if you click this little drop-down arrow, it would allow you to customize the quick access toolbar. So this is something we'll get to in a second, but the quick access toolbar is just a quick way for you to, say, save your file. So I could go to the file menu and then I could go to save, and that would save my current file, that of 02.03. But an alternative would to have the save icon here on my quick access toolbar, and I can just click that. Of course, there are often going to be keyboard shortcuts that you can use, but using the quick access toolbar will give you kind of a customized approach to how you want to interact with Microsoft Excel. Another example is, say that I inserted some data here. So if I were to just type data, I press enter, and that is now part of my Excel spreadsheet. If the undo icon was present on your quick access toolbar, rather than hit Control and Z, you could actually just come up here to your quick access toolbar. Once your cursor is here, you would click this and it would undo it. Now, another icon you might have on your quick access toolbar would be that of redo. So if you had just undone something, such as undo the typing, you can then redo that. So there is a series of different things that you can do with your quick access toolbar, which makes the quick access toolbar a really useful resource, particularly when first learning how to use Microsoft Excel. So the quick access toolbar just will allow you what would be quick or easy access to certain actions or certain functions within Microsoft Excel. So how do you use the quick access toolbar? There are 2 ways. You can either bring your icon up, your cursor up here, and you can click on the icon like save or like undo. Or if you want, you can press the Alt key on your keyboard. The Alt key on a basic US keyboard is often to either side of the spacebar. So if you look to your spacebar, on your right you'll have an Alt key, and on your left you'll have an Alt key. If you're using a Mac or another computer, maybe it's also known as your Option key. But once you find that Alt key, if you press the Alt key, it will activate what's called the access keys. And then you'll notice that underneath the quick access toolbar, you'll have numbers. So number 1, number 2, number 3. And then under the Excel ribbon, you'll have letters. So the letter F, the letter H, the letter N, the letter P. If you were to press the Alt key, so I press the Alt key and this activates my access keys. Then if I press the number 1, it would automatically save my document. It would automatically do whatever here is in the first position of my quick access toolbar. So I press Alt and then I can press 1. If I were to, say, put the information 10 here and I wanted to undo that, I could come up here and I could click the undo button. Or if I were to input 10, I could press the Alt key, and then you'll notice that the number 2 is underneath my undo icon. So I press 2 and it would undo that. So we've talked about kind of what the quick access toolbar is here. It's a way to quickly and efficiently access certain functions within Microsoft Excel. We've looked at the two options of using the quick access toolbar, either coming up here with your mouse and clicking that icon, or pressing your Alt key and then the number that corresponds to that icon. In this case, if we want to save it, it would be the number 1. Now let's look at how to customize the quick access toolbar. If you want to customize the quick access toolbar, there are two primary methods. The first is in Microsoft Excel 2013. When you go to this quick access toolbar, on your rightmost portion of the quick access toolbar, there'll be this little icon. You click this little drop down arrow and a menu will pop up. Then when you scroll down about towards the end, you'll have this choice of more commands. If you click on more commands with the left portion of your mouse, then you will be brought to what's called the quick access toolbar. Now, when you have this set of options open, you are going to customize the quick access toolbar. And over here is a display of what is currently on your quick access toolbar and the order of those icons. So if we were to drag this down and you were to look, save is currently the first icon here on our quick access toolbar. The undo icon is currently the second icon. The redo icon is the third icon, and we only have 3 icons. So if we wanted to add one of these functions, we could come here to our choices and we could say add the cut icon. Now, if you wanted to add an icon, you would go here and you would click add, and that would automatically be added to your quick access toolbar. So we're going to hit OK. And now you'll notice that rather than have 3 icons, 1, 2, 3, we actually have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And cut is now part of our quick access toolbar. So if we were to have some text and you were to come here, you could cut that text and then come over here and use your regular clipboard. Now again, if you want to customize it, you would go here and go to more commands. Once you're on more commands, you could say add additional icons here. You could go add, or maybe we'd even add paste. Let's add those. We can change the order by selecting the one that we want, moving it up, or moving it down. Maybe I'll put it in this order. When you're ready, you would hit OK, and those are now part of my quick access toolbar. So I could either come up here and I could manually click those as we discussed earlier, or if you wanted, you could press the Alt key and then say the number 4 to cut it, and then you press your Alt key again and the number 6 to paste it. Now, a second way to customize your quick access toolbar would be to come to the File menu, and when you click on the File menu in Microsoft Excel 2013, it's what's called the back-end view, and you'll have a series of choices like Info, New, Open, Save, so on and so forth. If you go to the very bottom, you'll have this choice called Options. Now, if you left-click with your cursor on Options, you'll be brought to the Excel Options menu, and if you scroll down this set of options here, you'll go to the Quick Access Toolbar, and it's that same menu that we saw before. So again, we could change the order of these. We could add individual items. We could say remove those items by selecting the item we want. Maybe we'll remove paste. Maybe we'll remove filter. Now, just kind of as a final note, you could also choose from what's called popular commands. These are the commands that are most often used within Microsoft Excel. You could say choose from a specific group of commands that are not in the ribbon, so not easily found in any of these individual tabs. You can look at things like all commands, where you have an alphabetical choice of the several hundred commands that are in Microsoft Excel. Or you can do things like if you have specific macros, which we'll discuss in a later course, or if you wanted file or tab specific menus. So everything that's found in the File tab here is available here, and you could add those individual items. So if I wanted to save as choice, I could come here, I could go save as, I hit OK, and it would now appear on my Quick Access Toolbar. So again, you go to File, you go to Options. Once you're in Options, you go to Quick Access Toolbar. And one thing that you may want to consider doing, particularly when you're first learning Microsoft Excel, is you can come here to Customizations and you can reset it. So I've added quite a few icons here, and if I want it to reset to my default series or my default choices of the items on my quick access toolbar, I would click reset. And you can say reset quick access toolbar or all customizations. I would say just the quick access toolbar. So you select that. It's going to prompt you, asking you whether or not you want to restore your quick access toolbar, because all documents within Excel are going to have this, and you're going to say yes. And so then we go back to these 3 default icons. If we hit OK, these changes will be made. If we hit cancel, they would not be applied. So I'm going to hit OK, and you'll notice that our quick access toolbar is now back to those 3 icons, that of the save function, the undo, and the redo. Now, the last thing we want to cover in this video is the idea of moving the location of the quick access toolbar. The way that we would move the location of the quick access toolbar would be to come here to this little drop-down arrow, you click it, and then you go to show below the ribbon. If you select show below the ribbon, you'll notice that here we no longer have the quick access toolbar, and it actually appears here below what is called the Excel ribbon and the commands or the groups. So if this was the case, we could perhaps have easier access to some of these icons. So if we were to undo that, it would say if we were to input some text here and we were to click undo, it's perhaps just a little bit closer if we're using our mouse than bringing our cursor up here every time. So that's totally up to you. You can click this arrow and you can say show above the ribbon, or you can click it and show below. So in this video, we looked at 4 individual things. We discussed what the quick access toolbar is. Essentially, it's a way to easily access specific commands or specific actions within Microsoft Excel. We looked at how to use our mouse to do those individual icons or to use the access key. The access keys are activated by pressing the Alt key, and then you can press the number below one of these. So I could hit 2 to undo. We then looked at the third topic of how to customize the quick access toolbar. You can either customize the quick access toolbar by coming in here and going to more commands, or you can go to the file menu. Once you're in the file menu, you would go to options. When you're in the Excel options, you would then go to this bottom portion here where it says quick access toolbar. You click that, then you can add items such as copy. You can change the order. You can remove those, you can reset the changes, or you could pick a specific group that you want to look for an icon in, such as the File tab. Once you've made those changes, you would hit OK, and those changes would be applied. Lastly, we looked at the idea of changing the location from above the ribbon to below the ribbon, or in our case, going and selecting here to show above the ribbon, and quick access toolbar would appear here rather than below. So if you have any questions, comments, ideas, go ahead and post those questions, comments, ideas, criticisms, feedback in the comment section of this video. We would really love to hear from you and figure out ways to make these videos more useful, more coherent, more interesting for you, more fun. So that's one option. You can also subscribe to our channel if you're so inclined. And in our next video, we're going to look at the idea of the structure of a worksheet and a workbook. So we'll discuss things like columns, rows, worksheets, workbooks, cells, ranges, and what's called the active cell. So if these topics are interesting to you, make sure to join us in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers.